Okay, today we're going to go to a website that is called EdHeads, and I'm going to tell you how to get there and some information about the website. First, start off going to Internet Explorer, which is where I'm at right now. Within Internet Explorer, go to a search engine such as Google, and in that search box you're going to want to type in www.edheads.org. And you see how it does already list off some options for us. So we can click on that first one there. So I'm going to do that. And then we have one right here, that first one that says EdHeads, Activate Your Mind. And underneath it is that website that we typed in. So we're going to click on that. And then here is the website. So again, we're at EdHeads. And this website is geared towards mainly upper elementary and older students. It has free math and science activities and games for students to play. And all of the games and activities are researched and looked at by corporations, universities, and even teachers before they place them on here. And on this website there's information right here about the program, which I've already listed for you, and then even has latest news down below. And if you go back up, you have a spot for Teacher Resource Center, and if you go click on that arrow, which I'm going to go ahead and do, then it takes you to the teacher community on this website. This basically is here for teachers to get ideas from one another and to also post their own. And so this is where it is. The Teacher Resources and Add Your Resources allows you to do that. So that is available to educators. So if we go backwards to our main screen, we can then get to the activities for students. So at the top there is this green tab. It says choose an activity, so we're going to click on that. And I clicked on it and waiting for it to come up. So it comes up with this whole list of activities and games. A lot of these games and activities are really focused on getting kids to think. Basically all of them are. Critical thinking is a huge part for this website. So all these activities allow students to apply what they've learned and apply skill set they have to these activities, and also think through things and their multiple steps as well. Again, a lot of these are for older older students, such as middle school and high school students. But there are some for the upper elementary, and then there's also one for kind of the middle elementary, like second grade, third grade. So we'll go back to that choose an activity, and there are several different ones. There's a lot of things to do with stem cells and surgeries, which are more for the older students. However, the ones that I liked were to design a cell phone, simple machines, and the weather. These three are more for the elementary level, with design a cell phone for being more like your 5th grade level there. And then your simple machines is that one that includes the second graders to pretty much the entire rest of the elementary grades, so 2 through 5. And then the weather is more for, again, for your third graders and up. If I click on like design a cell phone, the first one that I looked at, that we talked about, and then I go down here, basically the object of this game is you're going to design a cell phone for a certain market. Which is senior citizens in this scenario here. and you have to do research on what senior citizens want for their cell phones. And then it has a design section on the game where you design a cell phone based on the needs and wants of the consumer, and then you put it in production once your test group approves it. And even if you do or do not do exactly what your test group says, because it is kind of a confusing game, at least that's what I found anyway. And both times when I thought I had it right, I didn't in terms of the end of results. So it's a little challenging, and I would definitely go over it a lot before using it with your students. But to play the game, you just click start here, and it walks you through, like this character right here where my pointer is will tell the directions, and it's pretty easy to use. There's also a teacher's guide here, right underneath here, that talks about what standards and what the objectives are for it, and even breaks it down per grade level. And here are the grade levels that it's appropriate for. So it's appropriate for 5th through 8th, and again, it could be appropriate for 9th and above too, but it's mainly covers that those grade levels. So then if we go back up here, the other one that I liked was Simple Machines, and this one didn't play around with it as much, but it's a cool little thing where it gives you more information about Simple Machines. And so you explore like the house, and there's a tool shed that you can explore, and you can click on different objects and different things within those areas and learn about what type of machine there are. And then you also have to say what type of machine there is. So it's a good application, a good assessment of what students know when you talk about Simple Machines. And it's for grade levels 2 through 6, and there's again a teacher guide. And with these games as well, there's the ability to print off student results. So like when I was going through this particular activity, at the end when it had my results of how many I got correct and how many I didn't, and in terms of identifying what type of machine it was, then I could then print that off, and that would be that form of assessment. So that is a good way for our educators to see how students are doing. The weather one is the third one that I looked at for the elementary levels. This one is my favorite one. It's the easiest to use and easiest to understand, in my opinion, because you don't have to really second guess everything, and everything is put out for you. And you still have to think, okay, what weather symbol is going to be best for this, or what prediction should I make for the weather? I mean, those things get you thinking, but to me it's less complicated as some of the other activities on here, the other two activities that I discussed earlier. So again, there's grade levels. This is for 4th through 9th. I would say you could use it for 3rd graders too. Again, you click start here, and when you click start here, this little character again will talk. And there's two options, so two ways you can play this activity or do this activity. And the first one is you can predict the weather, which is a little bit more complicated. And then the other one is just forecast the weather, tell the weather, which pretty much you just have to be able to read the descriptions of what the weather is, and then place the symbols where they go. And again, there's teacher guide here for this activity. So these are some good activities to do as an extension for units and content that you may be studying, or just to get students to learn to think too. So I would suggest going through these and finding one or a couple that you like, and particularly for your grade level, and especially if you teach like biology or something like that in the high school level, then I think this would be even more appropriate for you. And so I would challenge would suggest going through here and finding some activities that would work for your students, and also just find some activities that would challenge you to critically think. And with this, it's important to explain to students what they will be doing and be able to have a clear set. So going through these activities will help with that, and as well as prepare students for how they should be thinking through these activities. So I hope you enjoy this website and have a good time exploring it.